So you made it after all. Not bad.
You didn't think I would?
No. That sleep you were in, I didn't feel that there was any life left in you. But then again, you always were damn hard to kill to begin with. That new energy inside you, though, that's a different story.
So you can feel it?
That's like standing in front of a bonfire and being asked if you can feel the heat. Yes, Tahar, I can. Anyway, in case you're here to ask, we're staying.
So, you'll help me fight the Purity?
You make it sound as though this thing is somehow your responsibility. It isn't. That fanatic, with his idiotic stories of the All-Father's return, is out for all of us. Especially the orcs, or the other members of the dark races. So yeah, the Fire Wielders will stay.
That's good news. Thanks, Gore.
Don't mention it. Anything else?
Tahar, thank Nihal if you're awake. For a while, I wasn't sure you'd make it. How do you feel? Out on the battlefield, we didn't really get the chance to talk.
Confused.
I can imagine. It's a tragedy. The Purity on the loose, with the power of the Archfire in the Harbinger's hands. Who could have seen that coming? For what it's worth, I'm sorry I had to go through this. I truly am.
I always had my doubts about Lacane. Only I didn't expect this to happen.
I figure.
Be that as it may, all that matters now is that we stop him. What about you, Iskrim? I doubt whatever bargain you struck with Lacane still stands. You're still here, so I guess you aren't planning on leaving.
Me? No, of course not. Where would I go, Tahar? There's no way of knowing what the Purity would do if they caught me. He wanted to kill you, so maybe Lacane doesn't want to leave any witnesses. Not to mention that we're still in the ancient Shaper city, full of marvels waiting to be discovered.
Well, I'm glad you're able to see it that way.
A frown hasn't helped anyone yet, has it? There's, one more thing I wanted to ask you. It's about your mother. About Andra.
Ask.
I'm not sure how to say this, but she was a Shaper. A living Shaper.
What are you getting at?
All tragedy aside, you have to understand how fascinating this is. A Shaper who survived through the Aeons. And as if that weren't enough, you even turn out to be related. I have so many questions, Tahar, so many questions. Iria said at the moment Andra and you melded, she made you see something. Fragments of her past. Now, I can't help but wonder, what was it? Did you see Mullendir in all its former glory?
I didn't see anything. It's more like I suddenly have that sense of familiarity. Especially here.
But that's even more exciting. She must have transferred some of her memories onto you. I wonder if that's part of this melding ritual. Look, Tahar, I'm not sure how to say this, but how would you feel about it if I examine her? There's so much we could learn from her, even if her mind has left her body.
What do you mean by examine? We're not talking about a dissection, are we?
What? No, of course not.
Why? What are you hoping to gain from that?
You mean apart from being able to examine the body of a living Shaper? There's much we could learn. Maybe we could even find something that helps us fight Lacane.
If you really think it helps, all right, do it.
You really just said that? By Nihal, thank you. It'll be a while before I can start, but I'll do so as soon as possible. Thank you, Tahar. Thank you.
So, back on your feet again, aren't you? Good, because there's plenty of work ahead of us. Do you think you can handle it? Leading the troops, I mean?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, you've obviously been through a lot. Finding out that your mother's a Shaper, and that you are the result of some experiment, that leaves scars, whether you want it to or not. At least all that explains why your aura has always felt so strange. You're not human, at least not entirely.
I guess I'm not.
Makes you more interesting, though. Either way, we'll find a way to get your mother back. What that fucking bastard did will not go unpunished. Trust me on that.
So I guess that means you're staying.
Yeah, you guessed right. At least for now. You're not the only one with an interest in seeing the purity of light have their fucking stakes shoved up their own asses. Now we should probably get back to planning. There's plenty of things we need to do if we want to get Greyfell back from that fanatic.
Right. I'll see you around then.
You will.
Bertrand, what? Did you send the message?
Well, otherwise I wouldn't be here, would I? And no, this isn't an ambush. The Harbinger doesn't know I'm here, and if he found out, well, it would get unpleasant. Look, Tahar, I don't know where to begin. I'm so sorry for what Lacane did. Taking your mother, trying to kill you? It's horrible.
Did you know?
No, I didn't. He always spoke very highly of you, even though you were a mage. I don't think anyone within the Purity knew the bigger picture. But now that I do, it makes sense. He needs the power of the Shaper Woman to open the gate. I just don't understand why he would try to kill you. By guiding the Harbinger to the Shaper Woman and ending the Bloodburn, you serve the All-Father just as he foresaw it.
The Shaper Woman is my mother.
I know, and I can imagine how hard this is for you. But she was also responsible for the Bloodburn.
Then why are you here? Have you broken ties with the Purity?
What? No, of course not. I'm here because I'm worried about you. I know what you are planning to do, taking back Greyfell. You can't win this, Tahar, and all you will achieve is cause even more suffering. Aeonir will return. It's a divine plan, and it is the Purity's responsibility to see it through. The longer you struggle, the more bloodshed you will cause.
We will cause. We aren't the ones hunting down mages, conquering cities, and forcing our faith down other people's throats.
Blazes, Tahar! Do you really think this is easy for me? I know we were forced to do some things you might have trouble understanding, but it is for the greater good. As the Harbinger once said, this world, it's like an ulcer, a cancerous growth. The only way to change it is by cutting off the ulcer, and that is always painful. So yes, I know there are people who might consider us evil, but that's because they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the beauty that lies ahead if only we cleanse this world and open the gates. In 100 years from now, we will be remembered as pioneers, as heroes, whereas you will be the ones who stood in the way of change, only because you refused to see the truth.
I have no idea what the Harbinger did to you, but you've completely lost your mind.
I knew you'd say this. Well, then I guess there's no point in continuing this discussion any further.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but there is no solution. The Harbinger attacked Mullendir, and his intent is to hunt down every single mage on Io. We have no choice.
You do. You could run.
What?
I said you could run. You and your friends. Disband your army, go into hiding, conceal your magic until it is all over and the All-Father has returned. The waves will calm. I just know it. Then you will see that we were right, and no one else needs to die.
Apart from the ones who refuse to give up, or who are unlucky enough to be hunted down by your Lightbringers.
They could do the same, and if only they had a hint of reason, they would. Only a fool tries to fight the troll with a sword made of wood.
What would the Harbinger do if I told him of this meeting?
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stab someone in the back who tried to help you.
I can't, Bertrand. I don't get how you don't see this, but the Purity is a threat for all of Io. I can't and won't let them murder more people.
Well, I had a feeling you would say that. Then it seems the only way to settle this is more bloodshed. I never imagined it would ever come to that, you know? And I hope it hadn't.
High Chieftain Gore! High Chieftain Gore!
Do I know you?
Zarek, I'm a tracker. Chieftain Zar sent me to welcome you.
Good. Where are they? And what's the situation?
Bad. The Ash Reavers have started to put up their cow to the northeast. And the Paleskins...
The Purity.
Yes, the Purity. They are only a 2-day march from the mountain.
2 days. That's not a lot of time.
It isn't. Zarek, where's Zar now? And the other ones I asked him to gather.
To the north. They are waiting for you.
Good. Go and tell them we're coming. Tahar, I won't lie. This will be a tough battle. but we have to win it before the Purity arrives. Let's head to the camp and talk to Tsar and the other advisors. They'll help us establish a strategy.
Who are these advisors? How can they help us?
You'll see.
Didn't you want to try diplomacy first?
This is diplomacy, Tahar. The Orcish version. If we'd let Kagan know we're here before we've gathered some force, he'd simply crush us. Never seek reconciliation without a display of strength. Now come.
Gore?
Huh?
Did you orcs ever consider moving into a friendlier climate? I mean, no offense, but this place is a wasteland.
Some orcs did. The Moonskin, for example. But as far as we fire wielders are concerned, no. This wasteland is our home, and it will stay that way. The harsher the climate, the bigger the struggle, and thus the stronger our kind. Here we are. So I want you to speak to 3 of my men. Elder Zilrak, Chieftain Tsar, and Foreman Urash. They'll all want to discuss strategies with you regarding our upcoming fight against the Ash Reavers.
All right. What about you? Don't you want to have a say in this?
Tahar, I'm loyal to my people, but not stupid. You've won many battles, and you'll win this one. I may be a leader, but I'm not a strategist. I'll wait here. Come back once you've spoken with them.
The Shaper child. And so we meet again.
How do you know about this?
Because Gore told me. Also, I already sensed there was something different about you when we first met. But don't worry, most of us don't. They all know something happened to you inside that dungeon, but not what exactly. Though your new powers certainly invite speculation.
I guess they do. So, you wanted to talk tactics.
Tactics? Yes. I suppose you could call it that. This altar here, it has been in Bar Gagor for as long as we orcs have existed. To put it short, it's a gateway to Zarek's powers. If you know how to harness it, which I do, and I want to bless you with it. So, there are 2 blessings I can bestow upon you. The first one will allow you to call down fire from the sky, which we can directly aim against Kagan's troops. The second one is a blessing that will allow you to use the altar's power, to put some of Zarek's fire into our fighters' blood, which will make them strong, very strong.
Our fighters can use all the blessings they can get. Let's go with that.
Agreed. Then step back. This won't be easy. It's done. You will be able to call upon the power by touching the altar. Just promise me this. Whatever you choose to use it for, do it with respect.
I will, Elder Zilrach. Thank you.
No, Tahar. If there's anyone who owes thanks, it's me. If it wasn't for you and Gore, Krell would have led the fire wielders into extinction. Before you go, there's one more thing. Did you ever hear of Black Ash?
Yeah, it's what you orcs use for your special tricks, isn't it? Just like we humans use Arya.
Correct. Our elite fighters, our shamans, the troll tamers, they couldn't do what they do without the ash. We'll need it in our fight against Kagan. So, be on the lookout.
Where does this black ash come from?
They are leftovers. When the renegade gods fought the Guardians, there was, as you can imagine, a lot of destruction. The black ash is what remained of the trees Zarek's fires burned down.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Good. If you haven't talked to Urash and Zar yet, you should do so now. They will also want your opinion. Until then, Tahar, may your blood never boil.
Tahar, Zauraka.
Greetings. Gore said we should talk to you regarding our strategy against the Ash Reavers.
Yes. Within the next 2 days, we need to turn this Cal into a fortress. And since you've proven more than once that you're one heck of a commander, Gore wanted you to decide how. The first choice we need to make is what kind of fighters to pick to lead our defenses. We don't know Kagan's strategy, so normal axe wielders might be our best bet. Then again, maybe Kagan thinks the same thing. In that case, a pack of warg riders would be devastating. Lastly, we could place our bets on K-Ran hunters and attack from the distance. What do you say, Tahar?
You're a chieftain. What's your opinion on this?
Warg riders. The Ash Reavers were always known for their head-on assaults in large numbers, and the wargs might be the perfect counter for that.
I think warg riders are our best bet.
All right. What about expanding? Kagan is still busy with building his cow, so we could either try to gain as much ground as we can now, or put our efforts into fortifying the sectors we already control instead.
Let's expand. That will give us more control over the area.
I agree with you on that. Lastly, how should we approach battle? Should we strike as early as possible and force Kagan to spend more resources now, or should we focus on building up a large horde instead?
No point in getting in over our heads. Let's gather a proper army first.
Huh. All right. You're the boss. Anyway, we're through. Best I get started on the preparations now. See what the other advisors have to say, will you? I know it's a rare thing for an orc to say, but the better we think this through, the easier the fight will be. May your blood never boil, Tahar. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Tahar, High Chieftain Gore told me you'd come.
Gore said you wanted to discuss something with me regarding our battle with the Ash Reavers.
Yes, it's simple. What resources do you want us to harvest while we set up this cow?
Prioritize wood. We'll need to expand fast to keep Kagan at bay.
Good. What about the tools for our workers? I can order some smiths to improve some of them, but not all.
That's a tough one. We'll need wood above anything else. Make sure our lumberjacks' axes are sharp.
Understood. Have you spoken with the other advisors already? If yes, you should let Gore know. Stay safe, Tahar. May your blood never boil.
Tahar, I take it you've talked to the advisors.
Yeah, we're all set. What now?
Now we set our plan in motion. Once we've finished our preparations, we'll march towards Kagan's cow and try to reason with him. So, are you ready? I'm not expecting this to take more than a couple of hours. Half a day at most.
I'm ready. Let's begin.
Good. I'll send out word. Just stay alert, Tahar. The Ash Reavers aren't known for their intrigues, but Kagan's hatred might get the better of him.
I still can't believe we're doing this. Walking right into the lion's jaws.
I owe that to Rain.
You actually came. I'm impressed, Gore. I thought a coward like you would have let his pale-skinned friends do the hard part by themselves. So what do you want? Have you come to surrender? Nice idea with the wargs, I have to say. Though of course, just what I expected. You're as predictable as the sunset, Gore.
I'm not going to surrender, and you know that.
Of course I do. Just as much as you know that I wouldn't let you, even if you wanted to. Then...
I didn't kill her, Kagan. I didn't.
Quiet.
She did it. She gave her life for me, damn it. I told her not to do it. I told her that I didn't want to be a shaman if it meant killing my own sister. But she just wouldn't listen. Kagan, do you have any idea how hard it is to go on living as if nothing happened? Trying to forget this nightmare every goddamn day?
Liar! You fucking pathetic lying piece of shit! Zarek's fangs, I should fucking kill you right where you stand! Giving her life for a weakling like you? Why, Gore? Why? Why would she ever have done that?
I don't know. I just don't know.
That's right, you don't! And even if she had, even if what you told me wasn't the most cowardly, pathetic lie ever spoken by an orc, why did you go on? Why? If it was so hard for you, why didn't you just renounce Zarek altogether? Or even better, throw yourself off that bloody mountain? Why? I swear, Gore, by nightfall, you and your little pale-skinned friends' heads will all be on pikes right where I'm standing. the crows picking out your bloody eyes. I fucking swear it.
Gore isn't lying.
You'd know.
Wait, do you hear that?
This isn't over, Gore. This isn't over.
Balraka, this is bad.
Why in blazes is the purity here? I thought they were still a 2-day march away.
Seems they weren't. Quick, back to the Cal. We need to defend it. They couldn't have picked a worse time. Now both the Purity and the Ash Reavers will try to destroy us.
So I'm guessing negotiating with the Ash Reavers is off the table.
I don't know. There needs to be a way to convince him. There must be.
How? He doesn't believe you, Gore.
I know. Maybe. Yes. Yes, that could work. If we take out the Purity first, then Kagan might be forced to cooperate.
Forced? Why?
For the same reason we beat Krell. Orcs, the Ash Reavers more than any other tribe, respect strength. If we show them how we crush the enemy before Kagan does, they might lay down their arms as a sign of respect.
And then? Kagan still won't forgive you.
Maybe not, but I have to try.
Lay down their arms as a sign of respect? Sorry, Gore, but that plan sounds shaky at best. Kagan wants us dead, and his warriors know it.
Yes, Tahar, I know for heck's sake. But this is the only option we have. Though you're the commander, if you think there's no other way than to kill Kagan, fine. We'll do it your way. But whatever we do, we need to do it now.
I'll think on it.
So, you're the infamous Tahar. Huh. Not what I expected.
Who are you?
Zugan, Zalraka Tahar. We're fire wielders too, but we were out on an expedition for the past moon. Seems that we got back just in time.
Expedition?
Doesn't matter.
Well, good timing. You should join the fight.
I can't wait.
What is it?
I think I have an idea. It may sound crazy, but it could help us immeasurably.
What is it?
Ever heard of the term Zarek Nar?
Isn't that some kind of demon?
Yeah. They're also called Tribe Eaters. A huge and dangerous kind of demon. The orcs believe Zarek Nar are sent by Zarek himself once a tribe has become weak. Lost the struggle.
That's nonsense, though. Zaragnar are woken by strong magic, or sometimes by earthquakes.
I see. What about it, though?
Well, long story short, there's one nearby. And I think I could wake it. It would take me some time, and I probably can't control it forever, but I can send it on to Kagan and the Purity first. It will be quite the show.
That's too dangerous. Demons shouldn't be toyed around with.
I kind of expected you to say that. You're too tame sometimes, you know that? But fine, I did my part. Now it's all up to you.
Are you High Chieftain Gore's pale skin?
Probably. Who are you?
Keshtar from the Fleshkin tribe. We were near and heard the sounds of the battle. Those white soldiers you're fighting, they are our enemies too. We want to help.
Zalraka, Kesh. Yes, your help is more than welcome. But you should know the Purity isn't only...
The Ash Reavers. I know. And I also know the only reason for this battle is Kagan's hatred. We will help you.
Tahar. Zalraka.
Koresh?
Yes, Gore. I'm back, but I guess now is not the time for conversation. I heard what happened. The Ash Reaver, this purity of light, Kagan. I want to help.
So you're a troll tamer now?
That's a story for another time. For now, let's concentrate on the fighting.
The coward returns. Yes, you killed the Pale Skins, so doesn't change a thing, Gore.
Your horde won't like that.
Oh, really? Do you have any idea what I did to be here, Gore? They may respect you now, yes, but they won't dare to refuse an order. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll have your goddamn head on a pike. Now get back to your cow. We'll settle this on the battlefield.
No. There's been enough orc blood shed. This ends here and now.
You want to challenge me? Here, in my own camp? My men will slaughter you like a fucking pig.
I'll do it for them.
Gore, what are you doing? Put that knife away now!
No. Remember when you asked me how I could just go on, Kagan? I can't. But I did it because it was what she would have wanted. But it seems that the only way I can make you believe me is by doing what I wanted to do all along the way. End it. Once and for all. I'm sorry, Tahar.
Put that knife away. Now.
No. I hope it.
Stop! Are you deaf? I said stop! I believe you, damn it! I believe you! But that doesn't mean I forgive you. I never want to see your face again, Gore. You hear me? Never.
You won't.
I need to go now. Away from here. Away from this fucking wasteland. Do what you want to my tribe. I don't care anymore. Strength, wisdom, it's all bullshit. Zarek doesn't care about us. None of the Guardians do. And now they're gone. The White Robe's got at least that much right. Zalraka, Gore. May you find your peace.
Barak, what happened? Where did he go?
He won't be coming back. You'll follow the Fire Wielders now.
Careful, Gore. We respect you, but that doesn't...
You have 3 options. Number 1, fight us here and die. Number 2, stay on your own and get overrun by the Purity. Because believe me, they will be back, and we won't be there to save you. Or number 3, join forces with us, and become part of the biggest horde this land has seen for centuries. The choice is yours.
I can't make that decision alone. Go back to your Cal, Gore of the Fire Wielders. We will inform you of our decision.
Do you think they'll join us?
Yeah, they will.
Good. Then let's get back to our Kyle and wait for their decision.
Fire Wielders and Ash Reavers, the battle is over. Not only did Gore show strength by destroying the White Robed, he also showed wisdom by convincing your chieftain, Kagan of the Ash Reavers, to end this battle before more of our kin died. He made you an offer, and you accepted. For now, we will follow the pale-skinned named Tahar in his fight against the white-robed heretics who renounce Zarek and the Guardians, and who want to bring an end to our people. Afterwards, our army will roam the mountains of Bargagor like no other tribe ever did before. Stronger than the Fleshkins, stronger than the Moonskinned, stronger than the Mudfangs. A people united in strength and wisdom alike!
The Ash Reavers and the Fire Wielders united. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
You don't sound too happy.
Oh, I am. I just feel strange. All this, I never imagined I'd one day be a leader. I only did what was necessary. And now here I am.
We should be fighting now.
Well, I know that feeling.
I guess you do. Well, let's head back to Mullendeer. We can talk there if you want to.
Here we are again. At least, with the Bloodburn gone, the undead should be less of a problem now.
What do you mean?
The Bloodburn didn't just kill the living, it also woke the dead.
Interesting. Well, let's head to the fortress. I'll do the talking once we get there.
Something's off. It's too quiet.
You're right. Stay sharp.
Tiara's breath. Bane?
Yes. Looks like Lacane has an interest in this place.
That doesn't make sense. Aenir's blade is a bloody wasteland. Doesn't he need the Field Dark protected as much as we do?
Maybe he's even more deranged than we thought. In any case, we should hurry. If the Falcons are under attack, things are worse than we feared.
Tiara's breath. Thank you. I was sure they were going to kill me.
Well, you're safe now. What happened here? And who are you?
Ralph. Ralph Hadani. I'm a mentalist from the Creators Guild in Everlight.
Then why don't I know you?
Pardon me?
I'm Undergast, first scholar of the Creators Guild, and I have never seen your face before.
Oh, you! Of course, Lena told us about you. I only just joined the guild some weeks ago. I was a rebel before that.
Lena?
Yes, second scholar, Lena de Breos.
Look, I hate to interrupt, but we need to know what's going on here.
Yes, of course. The Deathman and the Bane. They've invaded the canyon, and they are besieging the Falcon Fortress as we speak.
Blazes. That's not good.
And what about you? What are you doing here?
Long story. I think Scala Lena is better fit to tell you. We have a camp in the southeast of the canyon. I'll go there right now. You're free to join me if you want.
Hang on there. What about the Falcons? Where are they?
Oh, yes. Most of them have withdrawn into the fortress, including Highkeeper Aranor. But there are some survivors in their old encampment south. I don't know if you've heard it, but there was quite the drama here only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know the story. One more question. Who are we up against? Deathman and Bane?
Mostly, yes. Lucky for us, the Purity hasn't sent any Lightbringers yet. And of course, they're still undead. But not as many as before, when the Bloodburn was still a thing.
All right. Stay safe, Ralph.
I'll do my best.
If the fortress is under siege, that camp is probably a good place to make contact with the Falcons.
Agreed. Once we have a better idea of the situation, we'll send word to our forces.
Well, well. So you're the ones Ralph was talking about. And it's true. You're here, Undergast.
Yes, Lena, I am.
Unbelievable. Right up until now, I thought Ralph was pulling my leg. Why, Undergast? All those years, I've tried to convince you to get out there, look for wisdom in the world, rather than your books. But you wouldn't listen. And now, all of a sudden, you did? Why?
That is complicated. And if you wish so, I will tell you, but not now. It seems you and your people are in trouble, are you not?
Yeah, we are. So, who are you people? Oh, you're definitely not with the Purity, that's for sure. I'd recognize that deluded look right across that bloody canyon.
Lord Marshal Angar Arendir.
Oh, so you're the King Regent. True, now I see it. Though you don't live up to the paintings, if I may say so. Then I suppose this is Tahar, the prodigal child. Pleasure to meet you.
Lena, what is the meaning of this? Why are you and these mages here?
You know who we are, Undergast, and what we set out to do. As for you, Tahar, I'm Lena, second scholar of the Creators Guild. Or was, that is. I guess they crossed out my title after I left.
We did.
So why exactly are we here in Aenir's Blade? That's a story to fill books with, but I'll make it short. Because some of us were tired of sitting on our supposedly safe little island in Everlight and watching while mages are being slaughtered. A law which, by the way, you ratified, Lord Marshal Arendir.
I did what was necessary.
Yes, the universal excuse for everything, isn't it? We spent the past year helping wherever we could, but it was a misty war, so to speak. You couldn't tell your enemies from your allies. However, since the Kane has gone crazy, things got easier. So now we're fighting the Purity.
But why here, in Aenir's Blade?
Ever heard of Yura's Ring?
You think it is here?
No, Undergast. I know it is here. In the first battle with the Field Darg, there was a mage named, you guessed it, Yura. She is one of the main reasons why Io is still in one piece. She held the Field Darg at bay while the Guardians banished them. Of course, however, it cost her dearly. She gave her life for it. The ring, however, is still here, buried thousands of armwits beneath the sand. We're here to retrieve it.
How? It would take years to dig that deep.
Oh, good thing we aren't planning to dig. In the past moons, I prepared a ritual. Telekinesis, if that strikes a chord. However, releasing that much magical energy is likely to wake up a whole lot of undead. In other words, we can't do the ritual without someone guarding us. Which brings me to my next question.
We will help.
Shouldn't we at least think on this?
No. I ask very little of you, but I do ask that we do this. We will help, Lena. That is the first and last request I will ever make of you.
Thanks, I suppose.
Fine. We'll help.
Well, wait. I don't want you to risk you and your man's lives for nothing. So let us make a bargain. If you help us retrieve the ring, I'll convince some of our mages to help you in your battle. Frankly, your army has the best chances of winning this war, and we could use help.
Sounds fair. What's your plan?
Actually, it's quite simple. We will teleport ourselves to the ritual grounds and await you there. All you need to do is to protect us while we cast the spell.
That's simple enough. All right, we'll meet you there.
Thank you. And stay safe, Undergast. Will you?
Hold it right there. One step further and I'll slit your throat.
The way you're shaking, you're more likely to cut your finger with that sword than anything else. Put it away.
Excuse me, who are you to... Wait, Lord Marshal Arendir? But they told us you fell in the Battle of Greykeep.
Who? The Bane? The Deathman? Don't believe everything you hear, boy. Now put down that weapon. We're here to help.
Of course. My apologies, Lord Marshal. I meant no offense.
Who is... Wait, you're the one who helped to free the fortress, aren't you? And Lord Marshal Arendir, you're... Tiara's breath. I'm Watcher Joanne. Forgive Recruit Averett's behavior.
No harm done. Now, tell us what happened. Where's the High Keeper?
In the fortress. That whole mess, it happened a week ago. We were still recovering from the undead attack a moon ago, and we thought the Deathmen were gone for good. They completely took us by surprise, like bloody amateurs. We just barely managed to drive them out of the fortress.
We? But you're here, aren't you?
Yes, well, that's a different story. The 6 of us, we were tasked with guarding the catapult. When those screaming Bane fanatics attacked by the dozens, we got... I don't know, scared. We ran.
No reason to be ashamed. You're no good to anyone dead.
That's Sellsword's thinking. A keeper of the Iron Falcon shouldn't run away like that. Yet we all did. We're a disgrace.
Well, self-pity doesn't help either. We need to act. You said the Bane and the Deathmen are besieging the fortress. How big of an army are we talking about?
A large one. They are only a fraction of their respective forces, but together, they will break through the gates eventually.
Well, then I think it's time to call in our troops. Our old outpost. Is it still there?
I think the Deathmen burned it to the ground, but it should be easily rebuilt.
Good. What then?
Well, obviously the most important thing is to prevent the Deathmen from breaking through the fortress. But a head-on ambush would be suicide.
Then what do you suggest?
I suggest a two-way route. We support Highkeeper Aranor in the fortress and simultaneously weaken the enemy. Also, Averett may not look like it, but he's actually a skilled Arya Smith. If you get us the material, we can equip your warriors with it.
What about Gifford?
Yes, true. He might also be able to help. If they didn't kill him yet, that is.
The leaders of the Deathmen and the Bane, are they here?
That crazy scarred woman and Commander Catrus, you mean? They were, yes, but they left 3 days ago.
For the attack on Mullendeer, of course. What does Arya have to do with weapons?
You don't know?
Arya water is not just used for alchemy. The Falcons have used it to imbue their weapons for centuries.
Who's Gifford?
Our engineer. He was at the catapult too when we were attacked. But he didn't make it. We left him like bloody cowards. If he's still alive, we can free him and he might be able to repair the catapult.
I understand. But how can we support the keepers on the inside?
Well, they've been trapped in the fortress for over a week, and our provisions were already low back then. If we manage to smuggle resources inside, then it may help them to regain their strength. There's a small hole in one of the northwestern walls, just next to the catapult. If we secure that sector, we can drop resources into their courtyard.
Solid plan. Then let's get to work.
Yes, and with your permission, we will join you. We've been hiding for too long.
Well, if this isn't good timing, we just finished preparing the spell. So are you ready? As I said, once we start, we can expect a lot of resistance.
I'm ready.
All right. Alron, is everything ready?
Yes.
By the Guardians, we did it. We actually did it.
It's over? You have the ring?
We do. Tiara's breath. It's beautiful. You made this possible. I must say the rumors about you seem to be true. Either way, you held your end of the bargain, and we'll hold ours. I need to get the ring into safety, but the others will join you.
Wait, you aren't staying?
I can't, Undergast. Not yet.
I understand.
Best you send your men to our outpost then. It's to the south.
To the south. Got it. Barrett, you heard it.
Yes, we will not let you down, Tahar.
Tiara's breath. What are you people doing here? You... Wait. Lord Marshal Arendir. I thought you were...
Dead? No, I'm not. We're here for the Falcons. We need your help.
Oh, I see. Well, as you know, the situation is dire.
We know. What are you doing out here in the desert?
We were out on a mission when the attack happened. We tried to get back and help our brothers and sisters, but as you can imagine, we are too few to take these purity bastards head on. So we stuck to the mission instead. Though we weren't successful yet.
What mission?
The Death Men. They sent a group of necromancers before they launched their attack. I think they're trying to control the undead, but they're strong. Too strong.
Then let's attack together.
Yes, that might work. Fine, let's make a bargain. You help us deal with these necromancers, and we'll lend you our maces. It would be an honor to fight on your side, Lord Marshal Arendir.
Likewise.
Of course. The more help we get, the better.
Perfect. We will not let you down.
That's a start. Are you Gifford?
Yes. You've heard of me. Who sent you? Joanne?
A couple of survivors who retreated to the old camp, yes. They told me you might be able to help us. This catapult, are you able to repair it? It might be useful against the Deathmen and the Bane.
That's true. But no. These sodding idiots wrecked it completely. Kind of funny considering they wanted me to fix it afterwards.
There must be a way.
There is, but it would take weeks.
Couldn't he support our troops instead?
You have troops? Well, yes, of course, with pleasure. Anything to drive those bastards out of the canyon. There's just one problem. They took my tools.
That's not gonna be a problem. Our craftsmen have enough tools.
Special tools. Washers, hoop hooks, Quillian rope, and so on and so forth. Blazes, why does everybody think siege weapon construction is so easy?
I get it. Any idea where they took them?
No, but if I had to guess, I'd say their camp. Bring them to me, and I'll get to work right away.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Thanks again for helping, friend. You probably saved my life. Yes? Any luck yet?
I think so. Are these your tools?
Let me see. Nihal's hammer, yes! And they're still intact. I was half expecting they tried to use them as some bloody soup ladles. Goddamn dimwits. Fair enough, then. Where's this camp of yours? I'll go right away and help your soldiers create some nice little things to toy with.
In the south, near the old Falcon camp. Just make sure not to run into any Deathmen on the way.
I won't. Thanks again.
Tahar. And once again, you save the day. I'm ashamed you only see the Falcons like this. Failing.
It's not your fault. Your order is meant to protect the tomb, not wage a war against some fanatic.
Nice sounding words, but they aren't true. We've almost lost the tomb. Again. I guess this was your plan, Angar. Helping your sister. You always liked to be the savior.
Sister?
Yes. We're twins.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it wasn't relevant. I'm not here to save you, Aranor. I'm here because we need your help. We need the Keepers.
Why? Because of our legendary skills? You see how much they've helped us. But I guess we should discuss this elsewhere. Let us meet at your outpost, Tahar. Before we do anything else, we need to tend to the wounded and make sure the tomb is properly guarded again. There you are. Well then, let's get this over with, shall we? What did you mean by you need our help? I appreciate what you did for us. You too, Angar. But you know that Falcons cannot leave the canyon. The tomb needs to be protected, from now until eternity.
They will guard the tomb, but not all of you. We will provide you with enough soldiers to both rebuild your fortress and to protect the tomb while you are with us. And once the Harbinger is dead, you can return to the canyon. Please, Aranor, don't make this harder than it is. You know I have the power to command you if needed, but I don't want to do this.
Fine. I suppose you're right. If the Harbinger is mad enough to attack Aenir's blade, we would not be safe here anyway. We will lend you our maces, Tahar, as long as you serve a righteous cause. What about Myra? House Uhtren's army is among the largest in Northander. Will she help too?
That's a long story. I'll tell you on the way to Mullendir.
Fine. But these soldiers you're sending as a temporary replacement, I will be the one who picks them. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Then I will join you with 24 of my keepers. That has to be enough. When do we head out?
Soon. Tahar will give the command. Those mentalists might still need our help. We should talk to them. Your army needs more skilled mages.
We'll see.
All right. We'll leave when you give the word.